Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to Foundation. So, if you remember last time, we got a little bit crazy on the sheep front, which kind of generated quite a few problems for me, and yeah, it wasn't such a good idea as it turns out, because we just created an absolute ton of sheep, and we didn't really have anything to do with them, and I couldn't sell the wool as quickly as I thought, so we just ended up with an absolute ton of wool, which then really wasn't, as it turns out, all that helpful. So I actually trimmed down the sheep sort of a little bit, so there's slightly less sheep for me to deal with now. But there's still quite a few, and I intend to leave the rest of them there because it does mean at least I'm not short on wool. I want to find a resource panel. I'll put this over here. Because the sheep didn't go as planned and slightly ruined my economy by producing, look here, 1,344 wool, but of which I couldn't sell any, I was still in a monetary crisis, still kept running out of money. So I thought the real answer was to build the monastery and get access to the luxury goods in the form of honey and herbs, which are now for sale at the market. Herbs are for sale over here, and I think honey is for sale over here. Which, yes it is, both are for sale over there, by the looks of it. So that's all very good. We do need to slightly increase herb production. I've opened a second herbalist. That's the word. So we've now got four brothers working on the herbs. So hopefully that should start to increase output a little bit. And we've got two people working as the beekeepers down here. I must say this monastery looks particularly beautiful. I really like the way it sort of built itself into the hillside. I'm a huge fan of how that's turned out. And I'm pleased I built it on this little hilltop because it just kind of suits it really perfectly, doesn't it? So I was quite proud of that, how that turned out. So yeah, big fan of that. So that's pretty good because that now means I'm getting access to quite a lot of money. I massively expended my lord's keep by building a massive tower just to store all my money. So that's looking pretty good there. From a bread point of view, things are certainly looking a lot better. This was one big problem I had in terms of ruining my happiness. Everyone was not being able to find food. So I've kind of solved this by being a bit crazy on the farm front. We built a lot of farms, basically. We're actually short on a villager there. No, we're not. So yes, that's kind of solved that problem because at least now there's plenty of wheat available. We're a little bit short on the mills, can't quite keep up with the demand from the bread shops, but at least there's stuff there to be made, so there's a continual supply of bread, and what little I'm not making is just kind of getting brought in through trade, so it's not a massive problem for me. We also get quite a lot of t-shirts, which hopefully at least some are getting sold in trade, so we look at the budget. Hopefully our trade income is at least providing something towards that end. To slightly negate our upkeep costs because they're rather high. So what do I want to do today? Well, I want to either monitor how these herbalists go to see if that needs upgrading, but what I really want to do is get our Splendor up from a militaristic point of view to be able to unlock the weaponsmith, because it's something I've not yet been able to do and we don't really have a lot of success in, so that's kind of what I wanted to do today. It's also burning out that our charcoal burner is pretty ineffective, so we need to think about doing a bit more with that as well. We need more people probably, don't we? So have we got immigration back on? We have. So, what do I need to do to build that? We need to think about expanding some more. We've got like our little keep over here, which is kind of nice. We've got some space over here though, perhaps to build another military building. Maybe some just like on this little bit of land here. So, let's go to the right one. We've only got, basically wooden keep is the only thing that gives military splendor at the moment, I believe. Yes, we're going to have to just work along with this. Is the only thing we've got to go. So we'll build our core. Just costs us planks, I think, so far. Build it higher because that increases our splendor. But it does cost us quite a lot of planks. And I think wooden top A is the one that gives us the most splendor. That's what we're going to go for that one. Let's take it up to 5 point something there. But our splendor, even though it's hard to see, is only 18.9. And we need to get to 40. So this building is going to have to be over 20 on the splendor front. And doors only give us 0.1. Wow. Not exactly ideal. Can we build a door somewhere? We're allowed to build the door there. Decorative flag. Gives us a little bit. Training dummy. Nothing. Wooden gate a little bit. That is really a lot. Okay, so really the only option is to build multiple cores then, isn't it? Let's see how we're going to build this time then. We want it to look semi-decent. That's my probably primary concern. Build another one there. And we're going to build one sort of hopefully semi-symmetrically on this side. Like that. Let's just adjust that height. Kind of. Oh, no, I moved it. It didn't go according to plan. Wanted to go up. Right, our camera angles. Camera angle's not working for me. That probably is about right, actually, by the time you put the wooden top on it. And of course, we need to give all these flags. Because flags are 0.2 each. If I have too many decorative flags, what does that put us at? 15.1. It's still not enough. Even like another one is going to be. We need to get to what, 21? What, no, 22.1. 21.1. Yeah. God, why am I sucking at math today? Okay, let's build a third one. The problem is the fourth one's not really going to fit in our territory quite properly. Maybe it'll do. Maybe it'll do. Come on then, let's just do this. This is going to cost us an absolute fortune in planks. We're never going to have this many planks. Bring you down slightly. Wooden top A. That's still not going to be enough. 19 point. No, wow, it's really not. We could build some doors on all of these, but not a lot of need. I think people don't really realistically need to enter them, do they? There we go. Should complete our little fortification like this. I'll build some sort of wooden wall around it so it looks semi-militaristic. And then wooden top A, and look at that. We're well clear now. Okay, good. I'm just going to place a wooden gate on a few of these. Like that. Okay, start construction. 520 planks. It's such a long time. Oh dear. What's the plank situation? 82. Are we trading them? Hopefully not. No. Just keeping them, but still, it's not going to be enough, really, is it? 82 planks is not going to cut it. Our biggest shortage is probably wood, is it? Yeah, it really kind of is, actually. Even with the reforester work, short on there. Let's build another forestry camp. Lumber camp. We'll build it over here. Since I kind of just want to clear out a bit of territory anyway of trees. Action zone. Ain't like that. We'll probably saying this. We'll probably build a forestry camp at some point, so we can set an area to reforest. We'll just pick a small little patch that we want to do to keep up with reforested. Okay. Set that as a priority because it's waiting for a builder, and if we're not careful, all the builders will end up going to work on my little thingy. We should have quite a few builders. We do. How many forages we've got? I much prefer this resource tab now because it can keep a much more accurate eye on what we've got going on. Pleased that the grain's continuing to rise. That's really nice. Wool, so much wool. We have so many clothes as well. It's just really absolutely mental. Let's knock the speed up a little bit as well. Looks like maybe our luxury resources are starting to pick up a little bit. And these should be earning us a good amount of money, I would have thought. Every time we're selling some of these, we're making kind of a bit. I don't know if any of these houses have upgraded to like level 3 or anything. No, it doesn't look like it. Because you'd think they would all have all the needs they need now. I've got their luxury resource, got all their clothes. Maybe it's something that will be sort of updated in a future patch that all these will be able to get upgraded even more and more. Then it will be pretty perfect. I'm just going to keep an eye on these herbs and honey stocks to make sure that we're not going to run out from our monastery, because if we do, we need to build more things. Yeah, we're getting that produced pretty quickly. We'll assign, I think it's 3 workers that will take up all the spare to do the building here, the wood cutting here. So they will, should hopefully knock up the wood sort of camp. Because as well, it should just draw it then from this charcoal burner, because this is drawing wood, and they're kind of not making much in the way of charcoal, I notice. There always seems to be a shortage. Yet we're not short on actual iron ore, which we've got tons of. It's just the charcoal burner, which then there's 11 of that, and then the smelter, which seems to be kind of perpetually struggling to only produce any amount of iron, which is why we seem to never produce much in the way of tools. Because I guess the blacksmith drawing from the charcoal as well, so maybe that's why the charcoal resource is never getting high. And I guess the charcoal people have got to walk all the way over here to get wood from there, then walk all the way back to do it to melt the iron. And you get the idea. I like our monastery though. Very proud of that. Okay, 2 new villagers are joining the village. Looking good. It's very important to keep an eye on both my berry count and my bread count. Or more specifically the grain count, I think, to be honest. We could build another mill, I suppose. It wouldn't be such a bad idea. Or would it? This is the entire area is developed for farming. So where would you even fit another mill? Well, I suppose we could squeeze one behind there, actually. We'll build one. I think it only uses 2 people a mill, so we will build one. Kind of expanding past the walls a little bit now. Where there's a mill... No, a mill doesn't need water. No, it's okay. So we'll build that mill then. Fine. What can possibly go wrong? So, we're continuing to advance. Full speed. Oh. It's floating. It's only bringing more planks over. Still only got 8 planks, so not exactly doing successfully on that point. I assume we have a full contingent of people working at the carpenter. We do. Just not that much in the way of wood, I don't think. Oh, there actually is a bit of a surplus of wood here, so we are okay. The carpenter should be churning out planks relatively quickly, to be honest. Hopefully that should be able to keep enough to get this building built up. Then we can get our weaponsmith built and we should all be good. Before that though, I may be looking to try and start another charcoal burner. But then the risk being that we've got this guy's here. Oh, and everything just needs so many other buildings. Let's build ourselves. Can you see where it is yet? Forester's Camp. Build them up here. Nicely hidden. On the way up to my little fortification boundary over here. These are some of my favourite little forts because they sit high and kind of like overlook my my town, which has really developed quite a lot, really, given its starting size. Started over here. Now quite a big town. We've got 149 people being supported here. Quite impressive, really, isn't it? All that's going well. I'm not interested in that because all these give us rewards for these, but I don't need the many, of course, because I only need 3 to unlock the weaponsmith, and I've got 22, and that's the only thing I've not got unlocked. So it's really not a problem for me. Have a look. I've definitely got something in my eye. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So we've got quite a few new people joining the village. We've got to be a little bit careful to not get a too large an influx. It is possible to get a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe we should be looking at recruiting more monks. But we can't recruit more monks without expanding our monastery. Which I don't really want to do because it's so aesthetically pleasing. Got full capacity though, you see. So to do it, I'd have to build another dorm. Which is eminently buildable, but oh, look how ugly it is though. Well, I suppose that's not so bad. I feel it would have to be symmetrical though. Which one on that side, which is going to fall off a cliff, and one on that side. Can I make it a bit lower? Higher. Is that ugly? Let's put one on the other side as well. It's not so bad. Even though it's slightly floating. Okay. Screw it. Start constructing there. Oh, God, there's going to be so many building jobs. It's 190 polished stone. 190. Oh, we actually have that. Another 120 planks. This is slowly catching up with the planks, but it's just... It's either going to be a very long video or I'm going to get fed up. So they're waiting for a builder for the foresters there, which is fine. Over here, they should be starting to harvest at least some wood, which they hopefully are. Hopefully, at least this is going to start to get a little bit of an advantage. There's sheep everywhere around the blacksmith. These actually producing tools, which is good. We're starting to get a bit of a surplus of tools. We're not have to buy them from trade anymore, which is good because our upkeep is going to start going up on things like these castle here. It's going to start to increase our upkeep quite a lot. You see our finances now. This is where it starts to get a bit risky. This is one thing I really wish they would update, is they really improved this budgeting thing. I don't really understand why it's got the 2. It doesn't really tell you the difference very easily. It doesn't break down where your trade income is coming from, anything like that. Just sort of your cost. Just the only thing it breaks down is what's coming in terms of your upkeep and you know, your income from selling food and clothes to your villagers. I wish that was improved because the budget is so wild at this point. You get so much money coming in and then so quickly going out. It can be quite easy to mismanage it, and suddenly you're out of money. And apparently the villagers are out of living space as well. Well, I suppose they can live in this little bit here. Open up new land for living. Fine. Look how people super desire to live in this bit of town, but they're not allowed. This is the forest and the monk. This is the industrial sector. So that's all looking good. All the polished stone should slowly start to make their way up there once we start getting a builder or 2 assigned to it. Although none of the builders are yet assigned. I think all the builders are probably assigned to this. But they're just very slowly bringing over the planks. It's kind of productive. Slightly annoying. I may temporarily stop. We'll have the next wave of immigration. Once the next people are on the way, then I think I'll stop immigration. We don't want to get too overwhelmed by the numbers of people. We've not built that windmill yet, have we? Waiting for a builder. Because all the builders are assigned to the other one. Let's turn immigration off. Hopefully that'll slow them down a little bit. Because I think everyone's getting a little bit too focused on this one building here. It's not exactly what I want. Well, I suppose it's getting there slowly. I just kind of wish they did it a little bit quicker. Let's start getting some of these other buildings. If we set these as a priority, we'll get a singular builder to build the forester's hut. Then we can perhaps assign the windmill. Things will start to move along a little bit quicker then as well, hopefully. We could temporarily assign them to this because they'd at least bring all the stone. No, we won't. We'll keep waiting for things to tick along. As we're getting more and more people, their happiness should start to increase. We could assign more soldiers to some of these buildings, but it doesn't really actually provide us with much in the way of benefits or anything. Villagers lack space for housing. I don't think they lack space. I think they lack builders to do the building. Oh, there we go. They're getting a few builders assigned now. Building up some of the buildings for the new people. It's amazing how quickly these houses are developed. It's kind of cool, isn't it, how you get, like, on the outer skirt, you get, like, the crappier houses on the outskirts, but in the centre, in the more popular location, you're getting the nicer houses. This kind of work pretty well. Just a look, notice how busy our village centre now is. So many people off to do things, to get to the markets, like that. It's getting kind of crazy. Love it, though. Rupert is bringing 6 sawn wood. Good job, Rupert. So many sheep. Why did we build so many? Has the charcoal situation improved now? Not really, has it? Just kind of annoying. Starting to produce more tools though, which is good. But we're still not exactly abundant in charcoal. Even now we've got a lumber camp here, so we should be drawing the wood from here kind of locally. Kind of annoying. But there we go. Everything else is still looking reasonable, isn't it? In terms of the wheat and stuff, not looking too bad. Hopefully Thomas will bring the remainder of the wooden planks that are needed as well. They're slowly getting there, 170 out of 400. I don't quite know how this is supposed to be supporting itself. Or the flag. That's just sort of floating in midair. Something's not quite gone right there, but still. Sure, it'll be fine. Kind of building it in the wrong order, some might say, unless you have gravity-defying abilities, which, as it turns out, they do. So I suppose it's not a problem for them. All these farms coming along, these should be all fairly well stocked with wheat. Yes, they are. Hundreds of wheat each. Anything, they might end up getting full, which is not going to exactly be ideal. The mills should be working flat out. So, because they're not short on wheat, so they should be going pretty quickly. And then the bakers should be able to get access to it. Forester's camp complete. Find a worker there, and let's set the windmill. Oh, Louis is assigned to the construction. He's actually brought 10 stone. Set that as a priority. And then we'll set this guy off here as into doing a bit of reforestation. But it's only going to be a very limited area. i.e. this bit here. Should give them enough. So it's only one forester's camp, so that should be enough. We'll get that area continually sort of reforested, and then this should all get cleared up. Get a few less trees on it as we sort of clear it out and make it a bit more human habitable. Down here, how are things looking? Very slowly plodding along. I don't know why I keep having to check, but I just kind of keen for progress to continue apace. Looks like most of our houses got built. Well, Rupert's still finishing off one more. Anything happened with this? Just waiting for a builder. No, no one's been to that one at all yet. Quite a few people still unemployed. Happiness has dropped a little bit, mostly because of lack of buildings. I hope lack of shouldn't really be a problem. I mean, bread I suppose is getting a bit low. Maybe we are getting a bit too low down here on the bread front. Maybe we start to increase the number of flowers, windmills. Sometimes I just chat the biggest load of shit. Floweries rather than windmills. Come on, get the rest of the wood. You're a priority building. Be prioritised. This is why I don't want too many people to come at once, because it starts to get pretty overwhelming. Because, you know, like building the houses and stuff, suddenly people start to get unhappy because they don't have accommodation. And it just gets pretty crazy pretty quickly. Like this guy here is waiting for a builder. These guys should all start to get density 2 houses though, so it should be able to accommodate quite a few people, hopefully. And they've got the room to build, so they should be able to continue to expand, I hope. And with the builders here, 213. Yeah, they're about halfway. Well, not quite. Heading towards halfway. No progress yet on the monastery. Financially, we're not looking too bad, or at least we're not financially crippled yet. Anyway, it's always a good thing. Got the thing now. We should just be waiting on the tools, but we should have plenty of tools to draw on, so hopefully that will be okay. Hopefully, just the builder just needs to get over there, get to the blacksmith, get the tools, get back to the windmill, and start building. Rupert is bringing 10 tools. Good old Rupert. So that'll be the windmill. We'll get that signed to start to produce more flour. Maybe we'll build 2 windmills. I might build another one. Because I don't want to be sort of overwhelming everything, don't we? Not a wheat farm. Windmill. I have to be a bit space efficient from that point of view. Because now we've got 155 people to feed. It's kind of quite easy to drop. I even noticed that, look at the rate of our berries, the rate that they're going down. Like, I think the sales per week of berries is extremely high. Considering this is only day 2. They've sold 43 already. They don't sell quite a lot of them. It seems that herbs are much more popular than the honey for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe people only take 1 luxury resource. Oh, they're not even onto any luxury resources yet. What's our population split? 41 citizens, 52 commoners, 61 serfs, and one newcomer. Okay, the windmill is built. Let's get this as a priority one. That starts to get built. We'll assign our 2 villagers to that and start. Because we've got more than enough wheat, 468 wheat. Our wheat situation is looking pretty healthy. So I think if we can get the flour production up, then I think bread production should hopefully be on the rise as well. Because we've got 2 bakeries, I believe. We've got a bakery there. I've got a bakery down here as well. So, well, they're just short on flour more than anything, aren't they? So hopefully, at least if we can get the flour production up, so we're producing excess flour, then I can start to build more bakeries. Because then that's the sort of what's throttling back our production. That's all going on apace down there. We've built that. Hopefully these guys can still continue to get wood. Yeah, starting to get a bit of a surplus now. We should hopefully go some way to helping the charcoal burner. which I think it probably is. Because they were still producing tools as well. I can't stop yawning. I'm so tired. This is going to turn into a much longer video than I had actually intended. I hadn't considered how long it was going to take me just to get to the point of being able to build a weaponsmith. May have slightly underestimated it. Oh god, still not even there yet. Oh, they've actually built one though. Good. One of 4 is complete. Oh no, one of 5. So slow. So slow. We could build another sawmill, I suppose. I really don't normally need to. Only just because of the way that this is going. And there is actually 9 planks there now. And with all the carpenters there, they should chop them out pretty quickly, I would have thought. I think it's just because they just require quite such an absolute abundance from that place that it's making it hard. We've got the 10 stone, now we just need the 10 planks and the 10 tools. And that'll be our second windmill. These guys are hopefully starting to mill, which they are, 7 flour. Hopefully our flour population is going to start to increase. Has anyone been assigned to this yet? No. Oh yeah, some polished stone has got taken up, look. Which is kind of nice. Well, that's certainly a good thing. Certainly no bad thing. Waiting for that. We're still on flat out. In terms of total time, including the sped up time, we've been going for almost 15 hours now. Week 127. It's like almost heading towards 3 years in game time. Our monastery is nice. Hey, there we go. That's part of the one of the dorms is partially constructed. Still got a village who's lacking space for housing. I don't see how. There's really enough there. Colour you in a little bit more, even if you don't want to actually live there. The option is then there if you absolutely need it. I think your lack of housing is just the fact that there's not a builder. Which is fair enough, but there are no builders at the moment. We've all been assigned to this. They're very slowly being planks. We're now 201 for 385. 185 to go. We'll get this video under an hour, I reckon. I'm not going to give up. Must be done. We have 2 guys on guard there at our watchtower. And that should push our Splendor to over 40. I hope it's 40, not 50. Yeah, 40 Splendor. To unlock the weaponsmith. Got our guy assigned there. Have they got the planks yet for this windmill? No, but they've got the tools, so I suppose that's something. Still need the 10 planks though. Goes so slowly. It seems like our wood production is kind of on the increase. As its charcoal numbers aren't looking too bad either, actually, to be fair. I guess this uses so much the iron smelter. 2 charcoal for 1 iron ore, just produce 1 iron bar. We're going to need more of that, so I suppose we'll build a second hole hut. Because in reality, once we start having a weaponsmith as well, presumably that's going to draw iron bars and charcoal. So we're going to really be needing a lot more charcoal. And iron ore really doesn't seem to be the problem. That seems to be motoring out just fine, even with only 2 people working there, George and Herman. So I think we're just going to have a coal shortage, to be honest. Oh, it's 2 built now. 2 built now. Starting to look quite good then. 150 out of 350. Has any more been assigned to here? No progress on our monastery. Okay, James is bringing the remaining 6 planks, which will finish off the windmill, and then hopefully we can start to improve the flour situation. Because even with this second mill, we're still scraping the bottom of the flour barrel. Not exactly looking great for us, is it? Can't believe this video is half an hour already. Oh dear. That's not yawn. You're going to be an exercise in staying awake, I think. If anyone has made it this far in the video, let me know in the comments. Do you actually hear me say this? Do you think anyone will watch this far into the video? Probably not. I mean, I probably wouldn't if this was someone else's video. This is terrible quality. This is just waiting for me to wait for some virtual people to build a virtual castle so I can build a virtual weaponsmith. I need Conqueror's Blade back. Maybe I should have just done this as a live stream. Come on, build it! Okay. At least we've got some more millers. Hopefully we can start to increase our flour production slightly. Then we can maybe build more bakeries. Oh dear. There are times when I greatly wonder why anyone watches me on YouTube. Many times, actually. So we're still not there. Oh. God. So slow. It is unbelievable. Oh, someone's been assigned to here, though. Almost all the polished stone has made it here. Just don't bring the planks. The planks are not important. If you use the polished stone you've got, you can bring up the other stone and the tools, which is absolutely fine for you to do, but not the polished stone. Still got plenty of clothes. And the berry population is not looking too bad either, actually, to be fair. And the tools are looking good. I'm impressed by how quickly our blacksmith started to churn out tools now. A lot better than they used to be. It used to be really quite bad. I might turn off trade for tools now. We were buying them in, but we don't really need to. We don't sell them. Just no trade. I need to try and sell them. Not got enough money for that. The villages are still lacking housing space. Have none of their houses been built? Yeah. And lack of food, you see. Which is not so good. Is anyone particularly unhappy that we can see in the happiness? Recently lacked a bit of food. Yeah, lack of food is starting to become a little bit of a problem for us, I think. But we'll have to see how we keep getting on with that one. I guess that's just the bread situation. Oh, the flour might have reached off the bottom, which is definitely a good thing. Now we've got our 2 windmills. We could build another windmill, but then maybe we're just getting a bit carried away then. Hopefully if that wood's keeping it off the bottom, then at least our bread stocks will start to increase. Because now the bakers should have access to a permanent amount of flour. So far, I mean, that is proving to be the case up to 52, but it may just be a slight lull in bread purchases which is causing that. So maybe it's start to drop off again very shortly. Looks like our flour's sort of hitting the doldrums again a little bit. Come on, how are these planks coming on? 56, 100 planks to go, and Mail 1021 is bringing 8 planks. But it's going to cost us 81 gold in maintenance in these 5 little buildings. Gosh, we're going to start running out of money again if we're not careful. You know, can we sell honey? And for 30 each. Weapons are worth even more, 50 each. No, no way. Don't need to. How's our deforestation going? Not so badly. These are some of the fresh trees. Yes, that's kind of getting planted just fine then. An envoy has arrived. Well, we don't really want that. Not interested in your envoyiness. Auto-saving. Warehouse is just full of wool. I like all our wool warehouses. It means our cloth production is always absolutely fine. It's just always so many warehouses full of wool. Like, still 1,300 wool. Crazy, that is. You've got enough, even though you're living in a very undesirable location. I'm surprised you've not got a builder yet. Have you got someone who came close to building your house for you, but then got bored? Oh, we're getting quite a bit of wood coming now. Okay, guys, we're getting close. We will make this. We will make it to the end. I'm not going to wait for the monastery. Fear not. You've not got to wait for that. Just got to get this, and then the weaponsmith built. What is this charcoal burner going to require? Oh, that's not going to do anything like planks. So let's get that prioritised so we get a builder on that. Because we've got so many builders, you know, there's no reason for them not to be able to do it. I'm not assigning more people to builders. It's not necessary, and I'll just forget about them all. Your workplace is full. Woodcutter camp. Not that one then, by the looks of it. Yeah, that woodcutter camp is full. Now it's not being drawn on for the charcoal. It's not got so much demand in it, I suppose. At least that's good from the planking point of view, because it should be able to be. Why we're churning out quite so many planks. Oh, the middle tower is finished. 2 small ones to go. 70 planks needed. Not far now. We should also think about what I'm going to do the next walls. I might build like a wall when I buy this bit of land, like across here to this little outcrop here. I suppose we could buy this territory and then do a big long stretching wall all the way around the outside to connect up my monastery. Yeah, I guess that would be the logical thing to do, because I like this little wall here, even though our farms are now sort of expanding outside of it. And that's kind of acceptable to have farms like that, isn't it? This is our main city. I'd have a few things outside the walls, I would have thought. I might turn immigration back on just for a couple more citizens. I don't know how many people it's ultimately going to be possible to support. 155 is quite a lot, and it's fairly busy already, just at that amount really, so I don't know. But then I guess the more people you have, the more stuff you sell at your markets, so therefore the more you're going to be making. I don't really know. I'm going to change that to honey, actually. Because ultimately, I think we may think about trying to export some honey. Because we've got quite a lot of it. I don't want it to just get too stored at the beekeeper's place, because he may end up getting full if he's not careful. And that's not a lot of use to me. No, we'll get 50 stored there, I think. And they may look at trying to sell it. It'll give us a real good boost to our money. Although actually we're at maximum money anyway, so I guess there's no real benefit to it. Not really, is there? No. Our situation there is improving, and the people who previously needed food, so we had 10 people needing food, are now gone. So I think these windmills have kind of worked to tip that balance back in our favour a little bit, back to what we wanted, which is good. Just waiting for the 10 tools here, but there must be tools there. Yes, the builder should be able to pick them up dead easy. And then that will be the coal hut built. We'll assign a couple of people that's why I'm getting more people coming in. Then when we get this built, we'll then be able to build our weaponsmith. We'll prioritise that as building, assign someone to the weaponsmith, and we can then make weapons, which we can then sell for 50 gold each. We start to sell them, so that's kind of good. Well, it's very good. That's exactly what we want to be doing. We'll then be a profitable establishment. So what have we got to go? We're really, honestly, nearly there now. About 40 planks to go. It's close. It's within sight. We've got 1 or 2 people assigned to this one here. It should just be the one builder though, to be fair. If Thomas actually gets here, we should just be able to construct this dead easy, because we've got all the tools he needs, he just needs to hammer it out a little bit. There we go. Go on, Thomas. Nearly there. Where's my charcoal hut? There we go. And that's the last 3 people, so glad I've got more people coming on the way. So now we've got 6 people burning charcoal, which is good. So that's definitely going to increase our charcoal production. So then when we get this weaponsmith, we should be able to do it. We'll perhaps build the weaponsmith here. It's like the smithing quarter with our smelters and everything like that. Hopefully that's got more charcoal. We might be able to increase the production of iron a little bit. Building complete house. Ah, they've finally got some builders assigned to them. Took them quite a long time. They've got enough room, so they should be okay now. Once this one's built, hopefully that should be enough for them to be finished. And this is getting seriously close now. So close! Because we've got 14 planks ready for collection, so we've got to get a builder over there soon. And then you won't be lacking for space anymore. Had 2 more people on the way. What else have we got to assign? We'll wait perhaps for the next round of immigration, and then I think we'll turn that off again, because otherwise we're going to end up with too many people and not enough food to support them. I think we might have to start increasing possibly our berry pickers again soon. Even though we've got quite a lot here, it's kind of something that fluctuates really wildly, really quickly. So if you're not careful, it suddenly just dives off a cliff, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you've not got any berries left. Pleased with our bread situation though. That's looking strong in a way that it hasn't before. We'll see what our charcoal production is if that starts to pick up a lot higher. Hopefully it does. The number of tools we've got available is going pretty high as well. There we go, we've got the extra 2 people there. We'll wait till we get the sign that says another people coming. Really? Oh, more houses. Oh, it's just immediately upgrading to a density 2 house. Should hopefully be everyone. House, really? Oh, there's another house to be built. Blimey, these people are just so demanding for housing. How can they need so much? Have they actually built this yet? Come on. 8! There must be that more than that remain. There is. Set this as a priority one. Get it built. Build me my keep. And then that'll give us enough. Soon get the Splendor. And then we'll be well in and we can build our weaponsmith. You wait, it'll probably not yet available or something. I'll go to build in and it'll say this feature is not yet added to the game. Okay, we've got those 2 new villages joining. Let's turn that off. Off A. Cool. Let's get this built. Come on, Rupert. Pull your ass out. Bring me my 8 planks. Always slightly amuses me every time we pan over here and I just see that the army of sheep that's just wandering around. Oh dear. And quite a lot of stuff just to make these tools. And quite a lot of tools backed up there now. Charcoal situation is looking a little bit better already, which is exactly what we wanted. And the flour situation is somewhat improved as well. Look, we're not exactly producing a surplus, but we're actually at least producing some degree of, reasonable amount of flour. There's a builder here. They've got all the polished stone there now. They're just going for the planks. Tools and normal stone to get it there, so they'll be okay. I don't know why, considering this is a priority construction. I've not got a builder. Hey, finally, someone is bringing the 8 planks. Took them long enough. We've got our 6 people here. Come on. How long is this video? 42 minutes. It's going to take me ages to upload. No one is going to watch this. It's here. Build it. Oh. No, don't stop. Oh, he's so close. Oh dear, things take such a long time. I believe it take 45 minutes. Yes! God. Oh, I feel genuinely physically exhausted. No, I don't want that. Okay, where is it? God, that costs a lot. 50 planks just to build this. Oh, it looks very sophisticated though. Oh, it looks nice. Priority construction. Good, Stephen's got the idea. He's straight in with his 20 stone. No! Okay. Let's get this built. Let's just get it built. And then we'll just see how it works. And then we're all good. We'll be all good then. We can all go to bed. Stop building the monastery. No one cares. No one likes the monastery. Bring a sign to it. That's the only things you've got to build, isn't it? Is houses, the monastery, and my weaponsmith. My weaponsmith is the only priority construction, I think. So it should be keeping a fairly good surplus of stock. Notice our money is starting to tip down a little bit. I'm going to set up for trade. The honey. All above the value of 15, I think. Let's just see how that pans out. We of course don't know when the traders are going to come through. We'll just keep an eye on our 201 stock and hopefully see if it drops by like down to 180 or something. In which case, if it does, then I suspect that means someone is trading it. Which hopefully they will. That's kind of what I want them to do, because at 30 gold per item. No, we can be making, if we sell 30 every time we trade pass through, that's going to be almost 1,000. Hopefully this should give us a good stock on the financials. So how's this looking? Stephen's brought over the stone, but we've not got any of the planks and we've not got any of the tools yet, so we're still fairly short on materials. I don't know why more builders haven't been assigned to it. I guess they're just assigned around various other projects like the housing situation. Has that now been solved? No, 5 villages still lacking housing. There must be room for them to build there, look. Surely. Colouring, colouring in, colouring in, colouring in. There we go. They won't want to live there, but there's now plenty of room for them to build in, so they should be able to fit everyone in there. Not put that many new people in, then given each one fits in 4 people, then you'd think they'd have been able to be okay there. I still thought there was that much of a problem. Maybe it is. Even busier around our fountain now. 161 people. Quite impressive, really, that they're able to support so many. My little village. Charcoal situation is now looking a lot better, which is good because once this opens, then I think that will start to get worse. Rupert is bringing 14 woods. That'll bring us to 20. Then we've got another 30 wood and 20 tools to build our weaponsmith. The problem is there's quite a few people still assigned to this, and they're taking planks as well, although they actually only need 40 more. It must be a hard time in this past hour to be a plank worker. You're just working absolutely flat out for the endlessly desperate need for planks. That seems to be perpetually going on. I guess this woodcutters camp's now having a bit of a hard time keeping up with the amount of demand from both of the charcoal burners. Always need more trees. You see the new ones that are being planted by the forester. Seems to be keeping fairly well on top of it though, particularly compared to over here where it seems to have gone rather empty, but this is all reforested land, you see. The forester's having a bit of a hard time, so they're keeping up with supplying the trees to how quickly they get chopped down. We're looking at a fairly good grain supply. Our flour situation is not too bad, and there's obviously a little bit of bread kicking, so we're not all so bad. I kind of want to know what Big Tower is going to look like, but Big Tower for the wooden keep would be kind of handy, but it's still not here yet because that would presumably give us more splendour for its worth, sort of thing. So everything else I've actually unlocked. Tax office. Found out the tax office doesn't yet do anything. It's not yet been implemented in the game, so it didn't actually add anything. We get a copy room at some point, which is going to be kind of interesting. I guess that's going to be doing things like books. But we don't quite know how that's going to be implemented yet. There's lots of things being added in, which is quite exciting in this game. The amount of resources is only going to be increasing. You know, the quality, the size of these towns and these villages is only going to be getting a bit bigger, which is obviously exactly what I want. We're getting there. 20 to go. 20 to 20. Still waiting for a builder. Hopefully they're not nicking all the... They are kind of nicking all the bloody sawmill planks. Although I suppose with only 24 now to go, there's not that many more they can nick. And then soon, I said you weren't going to have to sit through to the end of the construction of the monastery, but as it turns out, maybe you are. I just didn't know you were going to. Didn't know I was going to. 48 minutes! Come on, where's 5 times speed when you need it? Ah, dear. I'm not seeing any massive drop in the numbers of our honey, so it doesn't seem like we're really selling it particularly. If I set it, yeah, they're all above that value. Oh, we don't have this trade route yet. That probably won't help. Now we have the trade enabled, maybe we'll be able to sell the honey. Hope so. Okay, remember to keep an eye on the honey. Must remember. Yes, he's got his 50 planks. Oh, where did they all come from? I'm surprised I managed to get so many. Now it's just the tools, which are right next to you. Only here, there's more than enough there. Oh, should be done soon. Soon it'll be over. Can't wait. What else did there? Other place, what can I sell them? I can sell them the weapons, you see, for 50. is going to be quite impressive. And we can actually buy wine as well. We're still pretty perpetually short on herbs. I don't think you buy herbs from any, does it? No. Well, let's have fish for 100. Awful lot for fish. I'm sure you pay 100 for a bit of fish. Waiting for a builder still. Come on, you're a priority building. Maria has been assigned to the construction. Getting its stone. That'll soon be fly up now, this monastery. Really is nearly there. It's going to be quite a big structure once that's up, to be fair. And we'll build our second herbery perhaps down here somewhere. Going to end up requiring another ton of polished stone, I'm sure. Once we get our herbery online. Plus 25, almost 25 splendor, and that one I'm going to keep. Come on, are you built yet? Thomas is busy constructing. Over 3/4 of the way there. And how many villages is this going to take? Produce. See, it says produces weapons, iron, tools, and oh, maybe it uses tools, coals, and iron to produce tools. It's going to be interesting if it uses tools. It'd be very strange, really. We shall see. Still producing our iron bars. We are indeed. Tool production is actually a bit lower on tools than normal. 5 tools to go. We're fairly nearly there now. Come on, it's nearly going to be built. Let's have a quick check in on our monastery. Let's get all its planks it needs. So it only needs 20 stone to be fair, and then that's done as well. Are people building more houses? No, they must be all accommodated. How can we 5? Oh, maybe they're lacking water. Maybe I'm interpreting it as the wrong thing. I build them a well. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they're just thirsty. Never quite know. Come on, it's so close. How much hammering can there be to build a weaponsmith? James is bringing the 5 tools. Come on, James. You don't need to get them from the warehouse, they're from the blacksmith opposite you. Oh, they're in. Wow, that took ages. Yes, it needs 1 iron, 1 coal and 1 tools just to produce 1 weapons. Well, there we go. We have finally built our weaponsmith. That was a much more of an epic undertaking than I had in mind. I thought that was going to be really simple. If you've made it to the end of this video, well done. You've done better than almost I did, because I almost didn't make it to the end of this video. I'm not even going to say hopefully you enjoyed that, but hopefully one of you made it through that. If you did, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hopefully we'll be having much better quality videos in future, and I shall see you all on the next video, because I'm going to bed.